Good morning and happy Friday, Panthers. I'm Angel Mendoza, and welcome back to another episode of PTV. As we wrap up our first week back on campus and head into our second week, here are some quick reminders on what you can and cannot do. Make sure to get to school at least 20 minutes early. Make sure you are wearing your mask at all times. No gaiters or bandanas will be allowed. Bring your backpack, as you cannot use your locker, and make sure that you have a charged device with you. Whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, please be sure to check the most recent newsletter and click on the link for the newsletter sent by Mrs. Hong, as she has created newsletters for each individual grade level. And especially to all you seniors, make sure that you are checking the CCC 2021 newsletter, as there are a lot of deadlines in the month of March. April scholarship deadlines will be updated by Monday at the latest. Bookmark the link so that you can find it each week. And now, Michael talks about some of the major events that recently transpired in professional sports.
Hey Panthers, there have been a lot of interesting things happening in professional sports this week. NBA star LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs have mutually agreed to part ways. This means they will likely be trading him in the coming days. The franchise tag deadline for NFL teams has just passed. The franchise tag allows NFL teams to keep players that they haven't managed to agree to a contract extension on for another year. Stars like Washington offensive lineman Brandon Scherff have been tagged this year. This is the first year since 2005 in which the Champions League quarterfinals do not include the likes of both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's 16 years. And finally, in lower A minor leagues for baseball, automatic strike ball systems are being placed this year with the hopes of increasing the accuracy of whether a pitch was called a ball or a strike. That's all from me. Back to you, Angel.
Have you created artwork or photography that reflects quarantine in some way, such as a story, flash fiction, a poem, or any other piece of art? If so, then consider submitting an admission to Bold and Italics for the spring 2021 issue. This year, the magazine is inviting students to share their experiences during COVID and quarantine, as well as other non-COVID related work. Read their submission guidelines and then submit your work on their website. To visit it, go to nphs.org, hover on Activities, and then click Bold and Italics, or visit them directly at boldanditalics.weebly.com. Work should be submitted no later than April 1st. And now, let's take a look at the ways in which one class is continuing to display their talents and creativity virtually.
Every year we have an IB showcase, and it highlights, the main purpose is in order to evaluate out an IB dance, I need to do their internal assessments, which is watching them in a live performance. So over the years, we've always had this showcase, and that allows me to see the seniors do their performance pieces. And this year's been a little bit different, and IB has changed some things, but we're still trying to keep everything in act right now with performance and showing everyone our ethnic pieces by doing a virtual show.
Basically like a curation of all of the dances we learn in the course into like one show for everyone to watch.
So we've been seeing stuff virtually, but it's hard for dancers to dance full out at home in their settings. So depending on the style of dance we're doing, there's a different way that you dance. For an example, in the Indian style dances, dancing with the eyes and the face is really, really big, where in the more westernized contemporary dance, your body language is more important than your facial expression. So it's been challenging altogether.
While this new form of dance education has created several challenges, it has also created several unique creative opportunities.
When you're like coming up with choreography, you kind of envision it looking a certain way on stage. So you're like, oh, I moved to stage right here, or I moved like down stage here. But when you're filming like a concept video, if you wanted a certain background or a certain scenery in front of you or whatever, like you couldn't move those directions. So it's just interesting to be able to like apply the movement that I had in my head and then like see it play out in a different area that I'm like used to.
In the world of dance, there have been concept videos that have been popping up on YouTube over the last couple years. But since we've gone into virtual this last year, that has become like a new tool to get your art out. And that's kind of where we focused our student choreography for this show in particular, was not to just film something from the front like it would be in stage, but how can we tell our story through different camera angles, different locations, inside the house, outside the house. And some students have done a phenomenal job with this, which I think it's more than learning the dance skills. It's learning the editing skills, it's pushing the boundaries, and just getting better at storytelling.
Reporting for PTV, I'm Angel Mendoza.
If you are interested in seeing these amazing dance performances, check out the link that will be posted through the Dance Team Instagram and Facebook account at NPHS Dance Team. The link can also be found on Mrs. Carolyn's Twitter account at NPHSDance_cam. The event will air at 7 p.m. on Friday, March 19th. Despite the fact that our school library is not physically open right now, the library's website has several virtual resources. You may place library books on hold via Alexandria Researcher, and the library will let you know when you may pick them up in the front of the office. Also, in honor of Women's History Month, be sure to check out some books about some amazing women that are available to check out from our library via Alexandria Researcher. And that is all the news that we have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a weekend.